today. So far, 4 people in the chat. Today's game is brought to you by... Well, we don't have any sponsorships just yet, however, at the same time, it's okay, as obviously the league is still young. First season in, week 9. We got... believe this is... I know Trout is playing, and that they are hosting Bibba. This is going to be a rematch from week 8. It's going to be a little bit of an interesting one here, as we can slowly get the players ready here. The chat starts hyping up here. 6 people now within the chat. Good morning, everybody, or good evening, or good afternoon. My name is Billy's Gaming. I will be your commentator for tonight. Of course, with me and the cameraman and my assistant, Trout.
What's going on?
Now, of course, this rematch from week 8. Obviously, Troutstorm took their first few losses of the season here so far. Their record, if I could pull it up here, because I was not prepared to start this section up here. Give me 1 second. Where is... not schedule. Where the hell is... league stats? League standings. Here we are. Obviously, Troutstorm getting their first 2 losses from Team Bibba last week. Their record right now is 7-2-1 at the moment. They're sitting at 23 points within the league. And Bibba, actually, sorry, it was the Bears that played last week against Team Troutstorm. Bibba got a win against the Sharks last week. They're sitting at a 5-6-0 record at the moment with 16 points. They are second bottom of the league, but they did a little bit of a rebuild here. So it's going to be a little bit of an interesting one here. So the stats may be a little bit wrong, as Bibba is definitely a little bit of a stronger team ever since the rebuild that their team manager has done. And of course, Troutstorm. Top of the league right now. It should be a pretty good and fun match. What do we think, Chad? Who do you think is going to come out on top? Troutstorm or Bibba? To start to get your tally marks in for today, here is your starting lineup for the away team, Bibba. Starting in goal, number 17. It looks like we'll have a goaltending switch between IMP and Teal. Following it up with the defenders, we have Purgy holding the right side and Potato Wizard holding the left side. Your winger is Surbane, and your centerman is Penguin. Moving on over to the Trout Storm. We have in the net, starting off, as per usual, RD Gamer, with, I believe it would be a switch as well for Trout if they get their secondary in. Along with that, on the defenders, you have the classical Fuzi and Sharky. And your winger and centerman, winger is Sanson, both opting for the left wing on both teams. And, of course, starting at center, Super Xander. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Puck face-off goes off. That one goes over towards the Troutstorm zone. Sharky's the one able to pick that up. Picked up by Purgy, who brings that one back in. And he's got another defender there to bring it out to him. Sharky takes it all the way over to Bibba's zone. Gets a little bit of a shot off. That one's blocked off by Penguin, however. Potato Wizard picks that up into the other zone. He gets bumped up down, and Fuzi is able to take it, but Purgy trips over Potato Wizard. And that one's able to get sent over back towards the other corner towards Xander's able to pick that one up, the centerman. Flipping it up over. Doesn't get overly too much there, as that one's flipped back towards Fuzi. They're going to carry that one in and try to go for a dump here. Sandstorm's able to pick that one up. Sort of a misplay there. Purgy's able to pick it up and dump it towards Serbreen. That one keeps going down. Fuzi's able to pick that one up for Troutstorm. He's able to go towards the center. Gets dumped down. And nothing really playing too much. A lot of dumping and chasing in this game. Bibba. Obviously a little bit. We saw that in the Sharks during week 8 as Sanson was able to cut in. Takes a shot right in the middle of the hash marks, and Teal's able to make a brilliant stop on that. As that one is able to go right back over towards the center of the zone. Sharky trying to get a shot on that, but that's going to get picked up by Purgy and sent down the ice. Sharky's able to regain it, however, in front of Sabrina, who dumps it back towards Xander. Xander now over in the corner, tries to bump it over to Sanderson. He gets stick on it. And that one's going to get a little bit of a pinch, and it's going to go right back towards the center ice as Fuzi's able to pick that one up. As the games are continuing here, obviously you may see we have a little bit of a different camera setup here, as our cameraman Trout is currently working with an Xbox controller and a little bit of a different modded camera setup. So we have behind the net, obviously center ice, face-off circles, and obviously behind the Trout Storm net. We'll see how these will look on the game, as we're also streaming in 1080p finally instead of 720. And of course my mic shouldn't be picking up a little bit here, as I figured out that I had the wrong mic on last time. Heading back to the game here, though. Foozy's able to. Foozy sends the one over to Sanderstorm. Sends it back over to Alexander. He's going to go for a pass towards Sharky right into the face-off zone. Penguin's going to be able to pick that one up, however. As Alexander is able to pick it up right by the blue line. He's going to take a shot. That one's blocked by Purdy. Penguin is able to beat a battle towards Sanderson to get that puck, but it's going to get bounced on the boards. As Alexander's going to be able to get a stick on that. And Purdy's able to put that one right back towards Potato Wizard at center ice. So that one's being carried over now. Flip up towards Sabrine, which RD Gamer gets a good save on that. And Purdy misses the net on the rebound. And Alexander now dumps it back down towards center ice. Penguin is able to take a shot on that. Goes behind the net towards Sharky. Sharky dumps that one down for Team Trout Storm. All the way up to Sanderson across the ice. 2-on-1 opportunity here. They get the pass. Alexander gets the deep, but can't beat the post. That one just barely goes wide. Purgy now. Gets a little bit of a dump to take off the pressure. Gets mishandled by Sabrine. That one's going to go over to Potato Wizard now. Going back to his own zone. He's trying to get another dump here, I believe. And just like that, Sabrine is able for open to get another one. We see double coverage right now between the two defenders on Team Trout Storm. Is going to fumble the puck a little bit. Goes into the corner of Trout's zone as Purdy's able to pick that one up. Xander's able to get a bump on it. Goes back towards the blue line. Penguin's able to keep that one into the zone. Goes right behind Purdy. Backhand pass. No one's there to pick it up as Sharky now and Sanderson. Sharky takes a shot on it. Teal is going to be able to play that one and bats it right towards the corner for Potato Wizard. Sanderson beats him to it, however. Xander is able to get a stick on it and misses the net just by a little bit there. Xander's able to regain it, however. A little bit of a collision there. No one is able to fall as that puck goes right down towards Sharky, right in the danger zone as Sanderson takes a shot. Teal's able to bat that one away. 30 seconds left on the clock. 0-0 game so far. As that one takes a high opportunity here. However, Sharky's not able to put a stick on it on the rebounder. Had to wait a little bit as Xander takes a shot. Teal bats that one away. 15 seconds left in the first period. Sharky, a little bit of a mosh posh over there as Xander's able to get that one. 10 seconds left. Robbie, one more opportunity here. He's looking for a shot. And Teal right in the middle of the crest. He's going to get one more here. Xander bats it off a defender. That one's going to go out of the net. And that one is 0-0 in the first period so far. So far, obviously, shots sort of going in Trout Storm's favor. However, at the same time, the defenders of Project Bibba are doing an amazing job so far to shut down those opportunities and not allowing easy one-timers to sneak through. However, at the same time, Bibba isn't really getting too much opportunities themselves. As Sanderson gets an open ice opportunity, Potato Wizard, however, is going to beat him there. Potato Wizard starts to bring it up from his own zone here. He gets past two defenders. He's just got Foozy. He doesn't have much. He has to take the lob shot, and RD Gamer is going to get that one out. Foozy brings that one all the way to Sanderson. He's got a 2-on-0 opportunity here against Teal. He goes for a deke, and Teal makes a brilliant save on that one just on the shoulder as Purgy now gets the other opportunity. That one's batted away by Foozy. Potato Wizard breaks up a dump. However, that one's also going to get broken up by Sharky, and Sharky's able to get another opportunity here. He takes a shot, and that one just off the skate of Teal. Potato Wizard loses the puck a little bit. Purgy's trying to get it. It goes back towards Bibba's zone as Purgy regains possession. Gets dumped over towards Sabrine, who misplays it just a little bit as it goes back towards center ice towards Foozy for Trout Storm. Bumps it up to Xander now, however. Penguin's able to ball that one out. Goes back towards Foozy. Foozy going for a dump on Xander. He'll make that mark And Purge is going to get aggressive here. Xander, however, is going to skate that one in. It just misses the net by a little bit as Teal. Once again, sort of positioning themselves kind of perfectly here. A lot of positioning by the goaltenders as Purge gets another opportunity here on a shot. And RD Gamer, once again, both goaltenders showing good positioning and good reaction time as Xander. Check that man for CTE as he gets bulldozed by Penguin. What a hit. Sharky now is going to be making a play here. Misses his pass towards Sanson. Gets a backhand pass towards Xander. He digs towards Penguin. Gets a little bit of a bump by him, however, he can't finish that play as Purdy's able to pick that one up. That one gets dumped up down to Sabrine. Sharky's able to bat that one out of the way. Goes right back towards Bibba's zone. Penguin gets blocked by Xander. He's trying to go for a shot behind the net as everybody decides to miss the puck right in that high opportunity. So that one goes back towards center ice, towards Sanderson. Sanderson now carrying that one all the way towards his own zone. Goes for a pass towards Sharky. Sharky, however, is going to get pressured by Penguin. Penguin will actually beat him towards the puck there. Who gets a dump pass to Sabrine, who's going to take a shot, and RD Gamer makes a beautiful save once again with that stick. Xander gets blocked by Potato Wizard, which Fuzi will go in for a dump, which will actually get picked up by Potato Wizard themselves. Potato dumps that one. Sabrine gets run over by Sharky. If we had rule set, we would call that interference. However, we don't have that here because this is puck and not the NHL. Purgy now picks that one up towards center ice. Xander's able to pick that one off of Purgy, and that one gets dumped over towards Sharky, who gets a clear opportunity 2-on-0 once again. And Penguin's able to get a stick lift on Sharky to take away that opportunity. However, Xander is able to take that one away from Penguin. Tato is able to take that away from Xander. Purgy now gets a little bit of a hit on towards Sharky. Won't be able to do anything with that as Potato Wizard picked up. Sabrine takes the shot. What a save by RD Gamer, barely missing the net and covering up those gaps beautifully. Sharky misplays a dump. They're going to have to be a little bit late on this one as the defenders crash into it. Sharky crashes and pulls in Austin Matthews, but putting his face right into the crossbar to see what happens. As Xander now takes the puck behind the net, and that one manages to go in. 1-0 towards the Trout Storm. Let's see what happened here. Woo-hoo-hoo, just a little bit of a lucky shot on Teal. Wasn't expecting that one. We got a 1-0 hockey game here. Penguin wins the draw towards Bibba. Tato was able to pick that one up into his own zone. That one will get picked up, however, by Xander in center ice. As everybody keeps batting away at it. Purgy down towards, picked up by Sanderson now. Still within the center ice. Gets dropped over to Sharky. Sharky goes for a behind the pass, and that's a terrible pass as Sabrine is able to pick it up and has just one defender, loses possession a little bit, has to try to make a pass, misplays it just a little bit. Penguin, however, is able to pick it up. And that puck goes towards the corner of Trout Storm. Sabrine takes a pass in the middle, no one's there to pick it up. Potato Wizard recovering it back in center ice. Brings it all the way back towards the opposite corner. Fuzi's able to pick that one off of Potato Wizard. And that'll be it for the second period. 1-0 so far. Team Trout Storm in the lead. Bibba's been playing pretty good recently, though. That second period, definitely a little bit more opportunities near the end, slowly finding their groove. But
I got this.
Hockey game is still close. As we see the memes coming up by Penguin. That one gets blocked by literally almost everybody. Takes a couple weird bounces, and Teal will get that save. Purgy now goes for a dump towards Potato Wizard. Sharky tried to block that one, won't get it. Potato Wizard will mishandle it a little bit. That one goes back towards center ice, towards Purgy, who carries it in. Fuzi able to pinch that one off. Potato Wizard now carrying that one behind the zone. Sanderson stays with him. Sanderson gets a stick on it, but Potato Wizard will get past Sanderson, but won't get past Fuzi as that one gets dumped back in. Penguin's able to pick that one up. Penguin gets blocked as Xander recovers the puck by Sanderson. from that block. Fuzi, however, is able to carry that one in. Keeps it into the zone, but it will get stick lifted by Purgy themselves and recovered. And now Teal makes a bit of a simple save on that. Goes over towards the other spot. Sharky's able to pick it up. Purgy's able to pick it up from Sharky. That one gets dumped. All the way back towards Trout Storm's zone as Fuzi's able to pick that one up. Sharky tries to get a little bit of a dump on it. Won't be able to get to. That one goes back to Fuzi. Xander now with the puck. Gets it stripped by Penguin. He'll carry that one. That one gets dumped. Fuzi is able to make the block. And Teal will actually come out to play that one here. 3 minutes into the game. Sabrina's able to carry that one all the way. Won't get past the defender. Won't get a clean shot on it as RD Gamer bats that one away from their own crease. And we're going back down the other way. Sharky decides to go for a dump. Tealbox will come out to play it, however. They'll dump it. All the way back towards Fuzi, actually, will pick that one off. But he gets pinched by 3 of the Bibba players. So we get another hit by Sharky. We've seen 2 of those so far from them tonight. That one's misplayed a little bit by Purgy. They recover it, however, but it gets given right away to Sabrina. He skates in. High opportunity here, Tealbox. Keeping a cool head on his shoulders to keep this a 1-0 game. Makes the save. Penguin now covering it and bringing it all the way back. Super Xander tries to go for the defend. He won't get it. Takes the shot and misses the net. Xander's going to be able to recover that one. No, Purgy actually is able to get a bat on that to win the 50 here. Xander now is able to get a bat on it as Sanderson comes back with it. He'll try to go for a pass towards Sharky, just off the mark. This Sabrina, I thought she got hit there actually for a second, but I guess not. As Potato Wizard comes, won't be able to get a bat on that as Sanderson is able to pick that one up. And Sabrina is able to get a hit on Sanderson to stop that play. Sanderson recovers, however, takes the shot. Potato Wizard gets a block. And Fuzi's able to cover that one back in. But it is blocked once again. And goes to the corner. Penguin able to get a little bit of a block on Sanderson there to win the draw in the corners. That one gets dumped over to Sabrine. Minute 25 as the dump is sort of misplayed by Sabrine. They'll be able to recover from it, however. Now Project Bibba, minute left into the game. You haven't really gotten too much offense going here. You might be thinking about pulling the goaltender here to try something. Get a minute left into the game. It'll be a little bit of an interesting play to see if Bibba does decide to do it or if they stay with the 4-on-4 rather than making it a 5-on-4. Potato Wizard's able to recover, but he bats it the wrong way. Sorry, I just had a milkshake. Sorry, I'm burping all the whole time. Sanderson bringing it back towards the zone. 45 seconds left as Teal isn't surprised by that little chip, and he makes the save. Potato Wizard dumping towards Sabrine. Over towards the corner. Sabrine tries to go for a drop. That one misses its mark, and Sharky picks that one up. Huge pile of bodies over there as Sanderson's able to pick it up with Xander on his tail. He takes the pass, and what a save by Teal to make sure that opportunity doesn't happen again. 15 seconds left. Teal comes out of his crease a little bit to play that puck towards Sabrine. They'll get the pass, and it's a one-on-one. Sabrine misses the puck. That was their chance. RD Gamer makes the save on a desperation shot, and that will do it for this game. 1-0 towards Trout Storm. Sabrine barely missing that puck on the end to just barely miss it.
Yeah, what a fun game. Lots of chances there.
Indeed. As the teams start to get ready for the next period, just a friendly reminder, we're obviously over on Discord. Link is obviously sent by yours truly within the chat. Let's talk a little bit about, I'd say, Purgy there for a second. A lot of plays where we're going right for bounces and a lot of plays that were going a little wrong against Bibba here. Purgy obviously being one of their main defenders. You got to start to wonder what's going through Bibba's mind as a defender for those bounces and how to start to win more of those 50-50 draws.
Well, in puck, I think a lot of times 50-50, it really, sometimes it feels more like 40-60. A lot of times to remember, you have to remember keep your stick blade straight default. Um, how it is when you spawn, keep it straight up and down. That helps win. Any any change in the angle will make the puck go over or under your stick. So
A little bit of an interesting point to come across for all the people who are trying to improve here. As the game starts to go on here, we have a little bit of a position change. Potato Wizard was the one to take that draw rather than Super Xander. Sanderson skating all the way in here. Teal making another save against Sanderson. As that one's going to go high opportunity. Sharky misses their mark. Sharky sort of brings that one over and about. Doesn't go really anywhere. Xander's able to pick it up, however. Xander tried to go for a pass towards Sanderson. That one gets picked off, and Potato Wizard starts off the charge here. Sharky and Fuzi, their defenders. Potato bringing it all the way in, gets blocked by Fuzi, and Sanderson's able to pick up loose puck. As that one's skating all the way back now. Sanderson tried to break check Penguin there. Doesn't work as Purgy. No, Potato Wizard's actually able to bat that. No, actually, he misplays it, and Sharky's able to get it. Sabrine picks up a loose puck here. Gets it past Sanderson, but he won't get past Sharky. Yes, he will, actually. Sorry, my fault. Getting a lucky break here. However, that one's also going to get re-picked off by Sharky. Right towards Xander, who misses the shot. Man, what a play that would have been if they got that one going. Teal gives it right back towards Xander. Misplays it a little bit. Probably wasn't expecting the goaltender to give him the puck. Happens though. Fuzi brings that one all the way back. And Alexander. Not much people defending him here as he tries to go for a pass, gets picked off. Goes back towards center ice. Once again, we see early signs of Bibba starting to play a little bit on the back foot. As I just say that, however, Sabrine gets a one-on-one opportunity with RD Gamer, goes for the wide line, and just hits the side of the net. As Fuzi now dumps that one across towards Sharky in center ice. Sharky's going to be able to skate that one past Penguin. He takes a shot, but that one misses Teal entirely, as they weren't ready for that one. Teal's kind of out of position there. However, that one will not squeak through. Xander tried to get a shot opportunity, but also misplayed it. Sabrine dumps that one. Fuzi's able to pick it up in their own zone. They bring it across. Another dump here. Penguin's able to take that one. No, Sharky is able to get the rebounder off of his stick as Potato Wizard now brings that one from Bibba's zone all the way back to center ice. That one's picked off, goes back towards Bibba's zone. 2 minutes pass here.
I'm gonna get you.
In the first game, and we see a lot of Bibba playing on the back foot once again here as Sanderson gets flipped over the shoulders of Potato Wizard there. And Sharky gets a beautiful bump off of that. Sanderson, however, recovers over towards Xander, who shoots the puck, hits a defender in the body along the way. Sanderson recovers the puck, gives it right to Pergy for some reason, who dumps it. Fuzi able to dump it right back in, right towards Xander, who misses the net. Sanderson, however, goes for a pass. That one gets broken off by Potato Wizard. And Sabrine able to pick off a pass as that one goes right into the slot. Fuzi's able to bat that one just out of the way. Penguin recovers in their own zone. Still in their own zone at the moment as Penguin still playing with the puck here. We got a minute left on the clock. A stick by Sanderson, keeping that puck in behind their own net here. A dump over towards Sabrine. Gets a bump towards Potato. They'll take a shot, but Sanderson getting their stick in front. You can see a lot of the breakouts from Bibba at the moment are not working. They can't figure out that defensive core of Fuzi and Sharky from Team Trout Storm. So I believe there's only been one shot at the moment for Bibba. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ice, however, been a ton of shot opportunities recently for Team Trout Storm. This is what a number one team looks like in an IAPL league. And even with a rebuild, Troutstorm did not rebuild themselves. They still have their pieces that got them there in the first place. At the moment, though, 20 seconds left as Potato Wizard for Bibba starts to carry that one over towards their own zone. As that pass is going to miss its mark to Sabrine. Sanderson's able to pick it up in their own zone. 5 seconds left on the clock. I believe it will be a 0-0 game unless there's another shot randomly here. Sabrine takes it, and it just misses the net. 0-0, just like a mirror of the first game. Fresh Douglas, yes, this is the second game at the moment. The series is 1-0 towards Trout Storm. This will be the second and final game for the series. And here we go. Xander takes a bat by Potato Wizard, who will win the draw, and that one goes towards Trout Storm's zone. Gets dumped back. A little bit of pinball action going on over there. Pinwin starts to try to get a little bit of bat in there. That one doesn't work. Sanderson joins the spectator, however, as Over is actually able to get a change here. We didn't even notice that one here. A little bit of a line change between Trout Storm. A little bit interesting. Sandstorm having a few opportunities here within Game 1 and a little bit of Game 2, but maybe a little bit of a line change is what they need to spark some more offense and maybe even a little, somehow more defense against Bibba. Xander, however, wraps behind the net. He'll try to take a shot like last time that got them the goal. That one won't work, however, as Pergy brings that one over towards center ice. Misplayed by Penguin. Sharky will be able to pick it up. Xander now picks it up into the opposite zone. Teal, right off the crest of their own jersey there to bat that one out of the way as Pergy dumps that one over to Sabrine. Sabrine, not pressured too much, however, they'll bump it off Fuzi, who takes a shot, and RD Gamer makes a beautiful stick save on that. Pergy picks it up in center ice. Xander's able to return it. Penguin able to pick it up back into center ice. Sharky's able to return that one. And Pergy able to recover it yet again to Sabrine, who takes the shot, and that one misses its mark. Potato Wizard bump towards Sharky, who misplays it. Fuzi's able to cover the defensive core of Trout Storm, showing off in this second game here. Only a few shots so far as Potato Wizard is one of the few to take it. However, that one once again misses. As Xander dumps that one over to Lover. As I don't know who that is, as all the names are bunched up together on my POV. Dumps it over towards Potato Wizard. As we see a random hit in the center ice against Xander, who loses that little fight. Fuzi and Lover able to get that one from behind their own net. As it picked up towards Sharky. Purge able to cover, however, a little bit. Pass. Xander doesn't receive it. Zabwick tries to go up towards Lover, but Penguin's able to recover it. Lover's able to get a bat on it, however. Teal comes up to play it, gives it to Pergy. So we go back all the way to Sabrine and Potato Wizard. As Potato Wizard was way out of position for Sabrine for that pass. And Potato Wizard misses the puck. A little bit of a stick lift there. As we see Potato Wizard wrapping just out of his reach for that shot, however. It's Pergy. A little bit of a love bump towards RD Gamer there in the center. Would have been interesting to see if that one would have been called back for goaltender interference if it went in. Fuzi, however, will get the dump instead towards Bibba's zone as Penguin is able to recover it. Fuzi covers it for Trout Storm. Will dump. Penguin able to recover it for Bibba. It's been the story of Game 2 recently, as a lot of dumps and chases has been recovered by the opposing team. As Lover gives it back to Potato Wizard, another dump and chase. As we see Potato Wizard, they're starting to break through a little bit towards Trout Storm's defense, as we see a huge hit in front against Pergy and Fuzi. Not sure what that's been going on. Those two have been going at it, however, for pretty much all game. We've seen back and forth hits without even the puck on them, as Xander carries that one in. Fuzi and Pergy, both ending in E's, even though one has a Y, one has an I. Might be a little bit of a beef. We might see a little bit of a stick fight going on between them at some point. However, at the moment, Sabrine starts to carry it over. Fuzi will pick it up. 50 seconds left on the clock. 0-0 game. Xander tries to pick it off between both defenders. Will get that, however. Doesn't have too much, however. Has to play it behind the zone. As that one will get picked up in the middle of that fight. Penguin able to bump it out of the way. And I believe Xander will actually beat him towards it. We see a little bit of a risk situation here. He doesn't play it. Lover just misses the puck, and that's going to be a huge miss for Trout if they lose this. Tealbox thanking his lucky stars and thanking his post at the moment. Thank you, Mercy, for missing that puck. It's Lover. 7 seconds left on the clock. We'll have one final opportunity. Just goes over the net. As the time runs down on the second period, 0-0 game. Game 2. Trout, any comments?
Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities here. It seems like both teams are quick to get a pass off when they really should be holding that puck and waiting for an open man.
I got this.
See another line change here. Sanderson goes back on the ice instead of Lover. Trying to regain it as Xander with an open ice opportunity. Just misses the net as Teal slides out of their crease. Xander tries to go for a re-opportunity, but gets absolutely crunched Scott Stevens style.
I think
believe
Teal
that
got a
was
piece of
Sabrine.
that one.
Oh, interesting. A little bit of a long slide for Teal, if that's the case, showing the athleticism within those fingers to slide all the way across the ice here. Sabrine picks it up. We haven't seen Sabrine doing too much defensive moves here. We've seen her a lot on the offense. It's Pergy. Little bit off of that one as that one gets all the way back dump. As, yeah, we see Sabrine and Pergy now actually have swapped places, not on the stat sheet, but just on the ice themselves. Might be a little bit of an interesting change here to see what Pergy can do on the offense and what Sabrine can do on defense here. As Penguin is able to recover that one. No, Pergy actually, recovers that one in center ice. We'll try to go for a pass. Sharky replays that one. Over towards Fuzi. Fuzi take a random dump towards Sharky here. Who will just dancing around Pergy there to not get hit, but that one will not hit the net.
Sir, I'm trying to stay here.
Teal going for a dump. Fuzi recovers, but Sabrine trying to get a stick on it as Penguin has an opportunity here. Won't have much because he's in the corner waiting for a pass opportunity. Tries to get it. Tato picks it up. Takes the shot, and Artie Gamer getting a lucky pad save to keep this one alive. Xander misplays it slightly for the dump. Sabrine picks it up, rings it off of Xander. Fuzi dumping again. This one, Teal will actually recover for the goaltender of Bibba. That one will go all the way down towards Fuzi, which will get dumped up towards Sharky. Penguin, however, tried to go for a hit. Sharky dodges. Pergy will recover the puck, however. That one gets dumped all the way back down to Sabrine with another opportunity. That one doesn't have much on it, however. Waiting for a pass. Sanderson, gets a bump to make sure that they won't have it. Tato Wizard. In their crease. Dumps it back towards Sabrine. Sabrine. See a little bit of chipping from Xander as per usual, like week 8 that was against the Bears. Pergy tries to go for a clear, will not get it. Will get a second opportunity at it, however. Will dump towards Sabrine. Sabrine will pick it up. Pergy trying to get the bat out of the air, will not get it. Goes towards Xander. Dumping towards Sanderson. Sanderson will recover in the corner. Potato Wizard blocking the pass towards the slot. And that one will wrap back around as Sanderson recovers it. Goes back towards the slot. Will not have hit its mark. Pergy sends it. Xander recovers it. Pergy recovers it from Sanderson. It's Fuzi now. Gets a hit on Penguin and a dump. However, Potato Wizard will retrieve it. That one gets dumped again. Sharky actually gets a stick on that one and will miss its mark. And Pergy now skating. A little bit of friendly fire from Pergy and Penguin as they bump towards one another. As that puck gets dumped towards Trout Storm's zone. Sharky taking a little bit of a couple breathers here. will dump it towards Purgy, who will hit it off the stick and recover it. As Fuzi now able to recover that one. Fuzi dumps it towards Sharky. Sharky goes for a bump towards Xander. He will get that pass and will flubs it a little bit actually now. As Penguin's able to recover it for Bibba. Sabrine over in the corner. It takes the shot, misses the net slightly. So we see Teal, get a little bit sarcastic here as Sanderson takes a shot. Teal gets another beautiful save for tonight. Teal slowly keeping them in this game here. If you haven't noticed, a lot of shots going in favor of Trout Storm recently. However, we still have a 0-0 game with 15 seconds left on the clock. Will we have one more opportunity for one of these teams? And it looks like it will be for Project Bibba as they flub it towards. No, they will not have a recovery for it. 5 seconds left on the clock. Xander tries to go for a desperation shot, will not get it. And this game will need a little bit of overtime here.
Let's hope not too late. We got another game scheduled at 8.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I also have another game scheduled for 8.
Wouldn't want you to miss your warm-up.
Ha. Goaltenders don't need a warm-up. They take the first shot to the head, get the CTE, and say, all right, let's go. Just like we say, let's go here. Xander Sam, let's go. As he starts to skate that one in towards Bibba. Will not be able to get it. Purgy trying to take that away from Xander in the corner. He'll just decide to play it as Lover taking the place of Sanderson. Sorry, saw Sharky's name on this one. As Penguin will skate that one in. Xander taking a bat at that, and here we go. A dream opportunity for an offensive player, will not get it as that breakaway is snubbed away. Fuzi, however, dumps it back towards Xander. Xander passes towards Lover, will not miss its mark. Purgy recovers to Sabrine. Goes for a pass, no one's there aside from the opponent. Xander bats it towards Lover. Potato Wizard recovers, and so does Purgy. Purgy misplays it, bumps it off of Xander. Purgy now recovers off of Xander. Will dump it. Fuzi will pick it up. Potato Wizard dumping. Xander recovers. We see Xander a lot recently, all over the ice today. And fortunately for them, Xander is the one to have the goal for them in Game 1. However, still a 0-0 game in the 4th period now, thanks to that overtime. So we see it now in Trout Storm's area. Fuzi able to dump that in. We see the chat is in favor of Bibba. Apparently they need to prove something today. As we see Penguin able to recover that one. Goes behind the net. Will skate it over. Lover tries to get a bat on it. Does not get it. Dump towards Fuzi over on the Trout Storm zone. That dump, however, gets blocked by Sabrine. Fuzi recovers it. Tries to go for a second round. Will get it this time, and that one goes over to Lover. He won't have too much there. Goes for the passes. Xander, what a save by
What
Teal.
a save.
Talking about Hendrik Lundqvist over here. Wearing the same colors as well. Oh, wow. What a slide as that puck goes the other way towards Sabrine and Purgy. The two offensive players for them. Artie Gamer. Apparently got Carey Price in the red zone now as well. He makes a 2-on-0 save for that one. Oh, what a save by Teal to keep them in this game as Xander, right in the slot. Penguin will take the body hit. Keep their team alive here. A little bit of desperation coming in right now for Bibba. They're trying to get this goal a little early. See a little bit of a breakdown here happening for their defensive core. However, Teal's able to keep them focused and to remind themselves why they're in this game. Xander, however, takes the shot, and just like that, Potato Wizard rips one off the chin. Make sure the Tooth Fairy gives him his dollar coin, and maybe even the game here eventually is what he's hoping for, is that puck actually goes in towards Teal. He'll get a stick and bat it above the net. Oh, man, Teal. Showing why they might be in contention for top 3 goaltender this week. That puck goes up into the air. Sabrine able to recover it, trying to go for a shot. No one's there. Potato Wizard able to recover into their own zone. Teal gets it a bat, goes past Potato Wizard towards Xander. That one's going to go to center ice. That one gets picked up by Sabrine. Sabrine now gets it over towards Potato Wizard, who'll try to go for a pass. Sharky able to get that one batted out. Fuzi dumping. Lovers there, however, and so is Xander, but so is 3 defenders. Xander now tries to go for a wrap around the net. That one will get picked up by Lover. Lover dumps it up. Potato Wizard is able to recover this one, however. Gets bumped and gets dumped again. 33 seconds left in the first overtime. That's Sabrine now. Wants to try to recover and give him a shot, but won't, as Potato is able to recover it in their own zone from another dump. Purgy dumps. Sabrina recovers. Artie Gamer, will actually come out to skate that one in. Lover bumping it a little bit to get it away from the defenders. Xander was just out of reach. 5 seconds on the clock. Teal making a beautiful save. Lover takes a shot, however, and Penguin getting his stick down on that one. This one will need a 5th overtime. Oh, man. Talk about saving the game. Teal. 3 saves I counted that kept them in this. Here we go once again, the same song and dance. Gets bumped over towards Penguin. Boozy recovers. Dumps it. Potato Wizard recovers it for Bibba. He'll skate that one in and gets dumped towards Sabrine. Sabrine will not get a bump on it as Sanderson will be able to take it back. We see another line change for Trout Storm. Sorry, I'm getting my teams mixed up here. As Sanderson is able to jump on and Lover jumps off. Sabrine, however, recovers it. Boozy able to bump it away. Sanderson has a breakaway opportunity. Skates it in, and he doesn't take the shot. So you can see right now both teams slowly starting to get exhausted as I look over on the bench and we see both coaches popping the 5-hour energies and making sure that each player gets 5 of them to make sure they enter the forbidden hour of the day. This game keeps on going as a back and forth between both teams. Sanderson recovers it for Trout. Potato Wizard dumps it back. So we start to take a look here on line compositions here and showing where they're splitting right now. We can see Trout is liking to send a 2-2 play. They have 2 defenders and 2 offensive players. However, they do have 1 defender on each side. So they'll have 1 defender to recover, 1 defender to defend. So we have an offensive defender and a defensive defender, as they're called. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Bibba, who actually has an opportunity against them here. That one will miss its mark. But yeah, Bibba, they're showing a 1-on-3 where they'll have 3 people on the offensive zone and 1 person to take it as dumps. So we see Sabrine is the person who normally tries to recover and take a shot. It's a little bit of an interesting composition here, and we can see it's starting to work in favor of Trout Storm to have the extra offensive player that can also play defensively in that zone and feel comfortable with it. However, right now, we see all 4 of the Bibba players in their own zone at the moment. Sabrine is able to recover it. Dumping it. And that one gets blocked. Purgy has an opportunity. He just has to get past around Fuzi. And half of the other team does so, actually. Goes for a dump. That one will be recovered by Fuzi. Dumped over towards Xander. That one has an opportunity. He beats the goaltender, but doesn't beat the post. Oh, that sound is good for a goalie, but terrible for a player.
Another save.
Another save. Get the EMT on ready and predicting heart attack, says IMP. I agree. It's the chat and the fans. We saw some of them jumping up. Not the goal horn, however, they were looking for. Oh man, what a shot, but just barely missing the mark. This game feels like a game of inches here. That shot also just misses its mark by a couple feet instead. So we try to see another hit. However, that one fails. Penguin missing his mark. Xander picks it up in his zone. Purgy able to bat that one out of the way as Fuzi able to get away from Purgy. Sharky able to recover it in the neutral zone. Shot on Teal. That one won't make it through. Purgy. Bring it in towards the other side. Goes for a dump to Sabrine. Sabrine can't control that one. As Xander, 30 seconds left on the clock. This might be their last rush here for this period as Teal making a save, making a second save.
Oh, wow, what a series.
What a huge set of saves. That's why you mentally stay ready for another shot every time to the goaltenders in the chat. Oh my god. Fuzi recovers it in their own zone, dumps it towards Sanderson. Xander will able to pick that one up. Their last run here. Sanderson, dump towards Sharky, just goes over their head, and we have almost a full extra game played at the moment. So I want to take a look at that replay once again of Teal. I believe that is 6 plays so far to keep their team in the lead. And just to take our focus off the game and to make sure that my voice is still alive for my next game, let's take a little bit of a look here at Bibba to see maybe they need to switch out Sabrine for another offensive player to get a few opportunities going here. See, a lot of their dumps are not going in their favor from misplays. Xander takes a shot.
Oh my
finally
goodness.
scoring it 2-0 to the series to Trout Storm. Let's see how this one was happening. As Potato Wizards able to bump their goaltender out of the way. You can make all the saves in the world, but unfortunately you can't make all of them. All right. What a series.
Imp. Imp in the chat.
That's and even though Trout Storm wins that one, I believe that Bibba does prove that they can contend with the guys at the top to take them for 6 periods at this point. What a series. Whew.
All right, Billy, go get ready for your game.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Billy. I am one of the commentators at the moment. I won't be in for the Sharks one, unfortunately. That one will have to go to, I believe, Trout will have to
Yep, I'll be here for this one.
overdo that one. Oh, man. What a game. What a series. So I'm just taking a look at my chats here. Oh, actually, you know what? Bug has to actually forfeit tonight. I will be in for this one. So I'm actually going to get ready for this game here because apparently I'm able to play for this team. So I will be on the ice. I will see y'all later.
Did you have EIS?
I had EIS, yeah.
Yeah, were you playing against the Boxers?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I'm the reason we're forfeiting.
Ah, well, lucky you. Now you get to see what the commentator gets to do in net, I guess. I will see y'all on the ice.
All right, have fun, man.
You too.
All right, everybody. Well, I am just gonna get my my game set up here. Just get everybody's jerseys on. Let me know in the chat how the camera's working. It seems like some of my hotkeys, I have them linked to an Xbox controller right now. It seems like some of them didn't go when I wanted them to. But overall, I think it's way better than how I had them set up before with the Toaster's camera mod. Just using the smart camera. that was awful. There were times when it was in the wrong zone and a goal was scored and we totally missed it. So I think this is the better way to go. So hopefully, hopefully it works out better. Alrighty, let's see here. We got Sharks are away this game. And we got Ice Holes are home. Okay. Perfect. And I just gotta change my player names here. Perfect. Alright, cool. Let's make sure here. Okay, cool. Well, we should be all set up here, so I will let the teams know that we are ready to go when they are. JNS now is the Sharks versus Ice Holes. Ice Holes have home ice right now. We got about 7 minutes to go until the next game. They are here. If they're ready, they can start whenever they want. But their set start time is 8 o'clock. I'll throw the stream back on now, so you can watch them warm up if you want. Hope the Discord and see if anybody wants to hop in here and give me their input. Stick around after the game. We'll have Jake from Vancouver Sharks in for a post-game interview. Win or lose. Don't mind the dead air, as it's me still getting things set up for this game. I also wanted to say, last game to both goalies, RD and TL, you both did great. That was awesome. Alright, looks like the game's going to get started here. Alright. On the face-off, we have Quapple versus Riker. Quapple wins the face-off, taking it down into Icehole's zone. It's just wide of the net. Quapple wrapping it back around, tries to get a shot off. Couldn't. Charles takes a shot right over the net. Comes back around. Bazooki runs. Oh, looks like we're restarting the game here. Okay, never mind. I guess we'll restart. Scratch all that. Oh, looks like there was one too many people on the ice there. Didn't even catch that. Alright, well, we'll take this time to take a look at our rosters here. Our game is actually starting now. Okay, Quapple versus Riker, take 2. We'll get that sent down into Icehole Zone. Quarian will send that out. STQ will send that over to Riker. We'll bring that back into his zone and drop that off for Douglas. Bit of a mishandle. He'll send that back over deep into the corner. Jake will try and wrap that around. STQ will pick that up, send it back over for Riker. Riker bringing it around. He's going to send that up deep all the way up for STQ. STQ is going to mishandle that, and Charles will chip that up over. Douglas is there. He's going to dump that deep down in. SimMK is going to chip that over. That's going to get sent over for Charles. He's going to bring that up through the neutral zone. Now in the corner, Charles will get that back down deep for Jake. Douglas is there, mishandles. Loaf brings it back, bringing it around towards net. Sends that over for Jake, who slots that. 1-0 Sharks. Beautiful pass for Loaf. A great finish for Jake. Riker's going to win that face-off. Uh-oh, and all alone in front of the goalie, it's Riker. He's going to score on Sim. Beautiful move in front of the goalie there. Loaf left him all alone. Plenty of time to make that move and finish it off. Back down in Icehole Zone, Bazooki, he's going to send that back into the neutral zone. Riker again gets that taken away. Bazooki's going to send that up. Looks like Douglas will be the first one there. Neutral zone now. Sent in for Douglas, who knocks it all the way back down into the Shark zone. SimMK is going to leave that. And it's going to get dumped all the way back down to Icehole zone for Bazooki. He's going to dump it all the way back. We're playing tennis out here. It's also going to get knocked all the way back down to the Shark zone, or to the Icehole zone. Douglas going to knock it back around. Bazooki now, launching it up the ice. It's going to try and get knocked back, but Bazooki's going to grab that. He's going to take a shot. Just trickles in over SimMK's shoulder. That's a goal for Bazooki. What a beautiful shot. Right up in the corner. Alright, back down into the Shark zone now. Loaf will take that. He'll send that up for Quapple. Quapple's going to try and make a pass towards Charles. Charles just can't get a handle on it. Bazooki coming up the other way, mishandles. Riker's going to be alone in front of the goalie, but Quapple will take that away. Quapple's going to send that in front. Nobody's home. Jake whiffs on another shot. Riker coming up the other way. He's alone. He's got one trailing. Loaf's going to come in. He's going to try and trip up Riker a little bit. Right at the end there, it does seem to work. Riker does trip. Here comes Charles the other way. He takes a shot way over the net. Jake's there to recover. He's going to try and chip that the other way. Gets caught up on Bazooki's shirt there. Behind the net now. Charles, he knocks one off of Douglas. SCQ's there. He's going to bring it up the neutral zone. He's going to chip that up in. Bring it back. Riker, he's going to take a spinning pass. Jess can't go. Sending that all the way back down. Douglas is going to try and clear that out. Jess hits the wall. Quapple trying to get through. Gets blocked off by Douglas. Wrapping that around to Riker. He's going to make another pass all the way up the ice. STQ. It's just out of reach. It's deep in the corner now. That gets chipped up all the way up to the neutral zone now. Jake going the other way. He's going to take a shot. Just rings it off the post. Now going back the other way, it gets dumped in. STQ's there. He's going to try and knock that towards center. Nobody's home. Now Riker has it. That gets knocked to center ice. Now coming back the other way, we have Loaf. Looks like he's signaling for a pass. He gets blocked out by Douglas behind the ice. A little bit of a body block there. He's going to be able to get a handle of it and dump it out to neutral zone there. That's Quapple. That'll do it for the first period there, as Quapple dumps it in behind the Iceholes goalie. It's a 2-1 game for Iceholes so far. Yeah, looks like Riker will win the first faceoff of period 2. He's going to chip that all the way up to the neutral zone. Douglas is there to shoot it all the way down the ice. Loaf will be the first one there. Let's see what he does with it. Knocks it back for Jake. Just can't get there in time. Quapple will try to reach it. Riker's there. He's bringing it towards the goalie. Couple of moves there. Just shoots it wide. Now Quapple's going to send that the other way. And it's going to get sent back. Blocked out. Now Quapple all alone. He's got Jake there. Oh, just doesn't go. Now Charles tries to send that in front of the net. It gets blocked out. Now in the neutral zone. Bit of a battle. Bringing it back into the ice hole zone. That gets sent all the way back down to the Sharks. Loaf is there. He's going to take possession. Let's see what he does with it here. He's going to carry it for a bit. Looking for a pass. He's going to send a deep pass all the way back to Quapple. He's going to try a slot pass. Just hits the net. And then it gets sent back down to neutral zone. Gets knocked back in by Loaf. Ooh, Quarian gets there just before Quapple can take a shot. Now Bazooki back in neutral zone. He chips it up. Charles is there to send it back into Quarian. Quarian's going to dump that against the wall. Charles takes a shot. High above the net again. That's going to get wrapped around the net. Quapple's there. Behind the net now. Looking for a slot chance. That gets knocked away. SCQ bringing it up the side now. He brought it all the way into the zone himself. He's going to pass to Riker. Oh, Riker's just going to send that wide. Behind the net is Loaf now. He's going to wrap that along the boards. Jake will be there to grab it. He's going to send that wide. Bounce that off the boards for Quapple to come get. Quapple's going to knock it off the boards to himself. Riker was there to pick it up, though. Riker making another spinning pass. He's going to send that all the way deep to SimMK. And Charles would pick it up off of him. He's going to send that up for Loaf. Gets knocked up the stick of Riker. And that's going to get sent over to Quapple. He's going to take a shot on Quarian. Big save. In the neutral zone now, heading towards the Shark zone. Charles will pick that up. He's behind his own net. He's looking for a pass. He's going to send that deep into Icehole's zone. That gets sent out in front. STQ will try to grab that, but gets sent to the neutral zone. There's a shot from the neutral zone, just wide of the net. STQ will grab that and go around the net with it, heading towards the neutral zone. He's going to make a cross-ice pass to Bazooki. Can't grab it in time before Flying Charles swoops in. He's going to take a shot there from behind the face-off dot. Quapple's on the other side to grab that. He sends it behind the net. Jake is there. He's going to wrap around the net with it. Try to take a shot. Quapple will pick it up. It gets knocked away by Douglas. Quapple again. He gets past Douglas, but isn't able to get past STQ. Loaf sends that back into their zone. Douglas tries to clear it. Hits Quapple. Gets knocked back down to Vancouver's zone. And they're going to bring it all the way back up. Quapple stick handles his way through. Gets knocked away by Riker. From the neutral zone, it gets knocked into Isol's zone. Jake was there, tries a slot pass. Doesn't quite go the way he wanted it to. From behind the goal line, that gets sent all the way up to Riker. He's deking around Loaf. He's got Jake and Loaf on him. It gets knocked away from him. Gets sent up to Jake in his own zone. Tries to chip it, goes off of the head of STQ. Gets knocked away from Riker back into the neutral zone. Douglas is there to knock it deep. And that will do it for period 2. We'll see if the Iceholes can keep it up for the rest of game 1. This has been a good game so far. Iceholes are looking really good this game. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. A little bit of a mishandle there behind Iceholes' net, but that's okay. Didn't cost them. Bazooki was there to back him up. Gets sent all the way down to the Shark zone. Flying Charles knocks that deep into the Iceholes zone. Douglas is there. He chips it back out to STQ. Good play from Douglas. That doesn't go very far. Before one of the 88s, I can't see which one it is able to pick that back up. It was Quapple. He has it next to the net now. Puts that in front for Jake. Just doesn't go. In front of the Iceholes net now. Trickling towards the wall. Charles will pick that up. He takes a shot wide. Looks like Quapple will be there to pick it up. He still has it behind the net. He keeps trying to put it slot. Keeps getting blocked out. In front of the net, Bazooki. Bit of a whoopsie there. Hit it towards the net twice. Riker in the neutral zone, heading towards Vancouver's net. He's going to try a little 360 pass there, but it gets picked up. Douglas is back. He's going to send that back into Vancouver's zone. Charles is there to chip it backwards. In the neutral zone now. Charles had a between the legs shot. Quarian saved. Behind the net is Quapple. Oh, he tries to stuff that in the net. It just hits off the post and into Quarian's pad, and it just couldn't go in the net there. Loaf will knock that behind the net. Quapple is there to pick it up. Bazooki will steal. He's trying to send that up. Doesn't happen. It goes to the other side of the neutral zone. One of the 88s will send that over. Ooh, gets sent to the net. Good save by Quarian. Quapple behind the net now. He tries a nifty aerial pass. Riker going the other way now. Into Vancouver zone. We got Billy in net. I don't know when that swap happened. Quapple sending that all the way up for Charles. Can't quite get there in time. Couple of bounces that went just wide of the net. A little shot there by Charles, saved by Quarian. Loaf has it. He's taking it up the ice. He beats Loaf to it. He's all alone in front of Billy. What can he do with it? STQ. And Billy sends that wide. Loaf looked like he was going to take that behind the net, but he sends that all the way up into the ISOL zone. Douglas is there to try and send that back, but he gives it straight to Charles. Takes a shot. Looked like Quarian saved that. Now behind the net we have Riker. He's going to send that up. He's going to try and get that to STQ, but doesn't quite go as far as he wanted. Ooh, Loaf will take a shot. Doesn't get to Quarian though. Now STQ will pick that up and try to go the other way with it. Sends a pass to the other side. That'll get chipped back into their zone. Riker still. He'll pick that up. He's going to stick handle his way into the neutral zone. Going to send that up to STQ. STQ now in front of Billy alone again. Takes a shot stopped by Billy. Riker was there for the follow-up. Now behind the net in the corner. Bazuki will send that far down the other side. Douglas coming the other way. Looks like he fanned on the clear a little bit, but that's okay. It still got through. STQ alone again. He's got Riker to pass to. Tries to pass, but Ovi is there to block that one. Bazuki going the other way. He's going to chip that, but Ovechkin is there. Pass for Ovechkin to Quapple. What a play there. What a beautiful pass and a good finish by Quapple. And ice hole zone here. That'll do it. Let's take a look at the chat a little bit. Pylon King, what the hell are these camera angles? It's the best I could do without floating around the ice. Toaster's camera mod, the smart camera system wasn't working last week very well. I had to, we'd have a couple shots in one zone and the camera would be all the way in the other zone, so I just changed the hotkeys for the cameras, and this is what I can do. Next week I think I'm gonna change the positions of the cameras to have them facing the net instead of behind the net, and maybe have one facing the board for these side cameras. Good save by Quarian there. STQ will send that all the way down to Vancouver's zone. Pixel Hans is there to pick that up. He's going to send that over. Loaf is there. Send that down to the ice hole zone. Quapple will take a shot and Quarian will save. Takes another over the net. Behind the net now, Quapple will try and make a pass. It goes out to Douglas. Loaf will get that by Douglas, but hits Riker. STQ behind the net. That'll get sent out to Pixel Hans. That's going to go all the way out to the neutral zone. Just mishandled by Riker. STQ in front of Billy. Rings it off the post. Now in the other zone. Riker will turn that and go the other way. Up against Quabble. Knocks it off the board. Knocks it off the board for Ovi. Still has it. Pixel Hans will come and knock that away. Knocked all the way down for STQ in front of Billy. He's all alone. Tries to make a shot, but Billy stands tall. In the neutral zone now, we have Vancouver. Sends that up for Loaf. What a good opportunity there. Behind the net. Oh, we had Bazooki. Tried to clear it out. It hit Quarian's stick. That could have been bad. That gets sent out right in front of Douglas. Looks like he didn't see it there. Loaf sending that towards the net. Oh, landed right on Quapple's stick. He couldn't stuff that. We have Billy coming out to play that. That gets sent all the way down. Right in front of Quarian. Quapple comes. Chips that right over the stick of Quarian. Another good goal for Quapple. That's 2 goals for Quapple. We see a Quapple hat trick tonight. Well, I guess not this game. A great game. Let's see, we got Douglas going in net for the Ice Holes, and Billy will stay in net for Vancouver. He played a very good game last game. I think Quarian played well too. There were a lot of really good plays that obviously weren't his fault when they went in. I mean, they were just such good passes, and it made finishing off those passes really easy. So I think he had a good game. It wasn't his fault. So giving Douglas a chance here. We'll see how it goes for him. All right, Ovechkin wins that face-off. He's going to send that into the ice hole zone. Bob is there. He's going to send that back to neutral zone, but Ovi is there to pick that back up. He's going to take a shot from the blue line. Still in the ice hole zone. Bob Clavius will send that back to the neutral zone, and Riker will pick that up. He's going to bring that in. And that'll get sent back out to the neutral zone here. Quapple's coming to pick that back up. He's bringing that into the ice hole zone. Sorry, that was Jake, not Quapple. I got to get my 88s figured out. Looks like Billy makes a good save there. Looks like Quapple's actually spectating this game. He's not playing. So it's always going to be Jake. Back in the ice hole zone now. We got Bob sending that back to the neutral zone. He's looking for Riker to pick that up. Going back the other way, we got a shot. Just goes wide. Ovechkin looking for another shot. That hits the side of the net. Douglas taps that one with the toe of the stick. Back behind Vancouver's net. Oh my goodness. An error by Pixel Hans. He takes that right in front of the net. And makes a real easy shot for STQ to put that right past Billy. All right, back down behind the ice hole zone. Ovechkin's bringing it back. He's going to try and take a shot there, but that gets blocked down. STQ going the other way. Pass over to Riker. That just goes a bit wide. Riker spinning around, trying to get a pass off. Over to STQ. He's going to take a shot. Just a bit high. Riker's going to pick that back up. He's going to send that across the ice. Ovechkin will grab that. He's going to take that the other way. It's just him and Bob now. Ovechkin gets past him, takes a shot. Douglas, big save. Ovechkin's going to take another shot. It gets right past Douglas. Beauty of a shot from Ovechkin there. Ovechkin will dump that in past Douglas. SDQ behind the net. That gets knocked out in front of the net. Jake here shot. Good save by Douglas off the mask. That's going to go straight to Ovechkin, who takes a shot, goes wide. Jake now. He's going to send that to the other side of the zone. Charles. I don't know what Charles was doing there, but that'll go over to the corner. Riker will stick handle his way up into the neutral zone. And he'll send that shot to Billy. Billy, good save. Bazooka will try to grab that. It's behind Billy's net now. Charles will come and pick that up. Obi will take it from him. He'll send that pass up to Jake. Riker will be there to grab it. Try and send that the other way. Goes to Ovi and sends it back, and Riker will send it all the way back up to the neutral zone. Oh, now we got Bazooki all alone in front of Billy. Ooh, he tries to take it to the other side of the stick, and it gets knocked away from him. SDQ behind the net now. That gets sent wide. Oh, now we have Charles going the other way all alone in front of Douglas. He takes a shot, which goes wide. Just misses the net. Pixel Hans is there to keep that in the zone. And that one will get sent all the way back down to the Shark zone. We got STQ versus Pixel Hans. STQ picks that up. He's going to take a shot, and Billy will save that with the pad. And that'll trickle back down to the neutral zone and get knocked back into the Shark zone. Ovechkin will pick that up. He's going to chip that all the way up into the ice hole zone, and Charles will be there. Jake will come back around, try to pick that up, which he does. He's going to take a shot. Oh, it doesn't quite hit the net there. Back down to the neutral zone. Pixel Hans will try to grab that as the period comes to a close. Back down in Vancouver's zone. Jake will pick that up and send that to the neutral zone. It'll hit Ovechkin and stay in their zone. STQ's on him, but that's okay. It'll get sent to the neutral zone. Ovechkin, or Riker, will grab that and bring it into their zone. Still in the neutral zone, but Pixel Hans will bring that up. It'll be grabbed by Riker. And Bazooki and Ovechkin are now battling for it in behind Vancouver's net. Riker's there. He's going to try and take a shot. It gets sent over to STQ. STQ will try and pass that back. It gets hit by Ovechkin, who launches it. Jake in front of Douglas. He tries to take a shot, and that goes high and wide. STQ will send that all the way around to Ovechkin. Or to Riker, rather, sorry. Riker will try and send that slot. That goes nowhere. Pixel Hans will grab that and send that the other way. Jake will go and grab that along the boards. He'll wrap that around, but nothing but ice holes that way. Looks like Bob will try and send that. It hits one of his own guys. He'll send that all the way up. Riker just went ahead of him. Billy was there to send that the other way. Down all the way into the ice hole zone. Bazuki is there to send that all the way back up. This reminds me of game 1 of the series. They're just going to send it back and forth. It seems to have worked well so far. All right. Pixel Hans will take a shot from the blue line. That gets blocked out in front. Charles will try and take a slot pass. It gets sent out to Riker, who's now stick handling through the neutral zone. Took it all the way into Vancouver's zone where it gets blocked. That tries to go back to neutral zone, but Riker will pick it back up just to get blocked. Pixelhaunt's now picking it back up through the neutral zone. Loses his handle a little bit. Riker will pick it back up and bring it back to Vancouver. Charles is there to battle him for it. He'll send that all the way back. STQ will grab that. He'll bring that back around. Looking for a pass. Riker, he takes a shot and Billy saves it. Now in the neutral zone, Bazuki grabbed it. Jake came and stole it from him. Takes a shot, goes wide. Riker will collect, and he'll go back the other way with it. Ovechkin following him. Pixelhaunt's handling now in his own zone. He'll send that all the way up. That'll get grabbed by Bob Quavius. He'll try and send that up to the neutral zone. It'll get grabbed by Jake, and he'll dump it back into the ice hole zone. Bazuki will send that to the other side of his zone. That'll get sent up STQ in front of Billy now. Those get sent back for Riker. He's looking for a pass there, didn't find any. That gets sent out for Charles to pick up. He's going to carve through the neutral zone here. He's got Jake in front of him. He's going to take a shot here. Oh, just off the crossbar. Close one there. Pixel Hans will come up to the blue line and try and take a shot. Now Bazuki taking it the other way. He's going to send that up. Doesn't go to anybody and gets sent all the way back down to the ice hole zone where STQ will pick it up and send it back. Looks like Riker's there. He's got 2 sharks on him and doesn't get the puck. Charles tries to collect. He gets knocked away. Collects himself and grabs the puck. Now it's in front of Douglas. Jake grabs it from behind the goal line. Big battle behind the net there. Got a couple guys on the ice. STQ will grab it. Bazuki will take. He'll send that up. Tries to get that up to Riker. Riker and Ovi battling for it now. That gets sent, wrapped around up to Jake. And that'll do it for the end of this period. Period 3 starts off. Face off in the neutral zone. And Charles will send that deep into the ice hole zone. Bob Quavius is there. He loses a handle a little bit. Jake will grab that, send it behind the net. Looks like Pixel Hans will back off, and Ovi will grab that in the neutral zone. Send that deep into the ice hole zone where Jake is sitting behind the net. Bob Quavius tries to come take it. A shot for Flying Charles, which goes wide. Going the other way now, we have STQ. Oh, it just gets knocked away from him. STQ will send that back to neutral zone. Ovi will stick his stick out there to block it. And he'll dump that back in.
Riker now.
Back in the neutral zone. Heading towards the Vancouver zone, we have Pixel Hans picking it up and taking it the other way. He's going to dangle around 4. Bazuki in the neutral zone, entering the ice hole zone. His shot gets blocked out in front. Oh, slot pass for Jake. What a beautiful play there. Let's watch this pass again from, I believe it was Ovechkin. Yep, Ovechkin's backhand slot pass for Jake. Our face-off, we're getting right back into the ice hole zone here. And that gets knocked back down to the shark zone where Pixel Hans will look for a pass. He gets that right back up to Charles in the ice hole zone. He will look for another pass to Ovi. Oh, Ovi's shot gets knocked out by Riker there. Going the other way, Charles tries to chip it back in, but Bob is there to knock it away. That gets dumped back in. Charles will be the first one there. Oh, he tries to send that to one of his teammates, but it goes back out to the neutral zone where Pixel Hans will pick it back up. Going the other way now. Saw Bazuki try and take it in. Back down the ice hole zone. Pixel Hans will take a shot that just goes wide. STQ will try and grab it. Ovechkin chips it up over him. He's taking it behind the net now. Tries to make a pass to Charles, but STQ is there to knock it away. STQ will try and send that all the way up. Hail Mary pass. Jake is there to knock it back. Bob behind the ice holes goal line. He trucks into Ovechkin. Ovechkin's in front of the net. He'll send that to Charles. STQ will knock it away. From behind the goal line, STQ will send that up to Bazuki. Bazuki will hit that into the stick of Jake. He'll still maintain possession, or he'll knock it back along the boards. Bob Quavius is there. He'll try and send that up the ice. Ovechkin is there to block it. And Ovechkin will try and bring it in to the zone, but that gets knocked down pretty quick. Back behind Vancouver's net, Charles will chip that up, but it gets knocked way back in. Pixel Hans grabs it, and he does the same thing, knocks it. Ovechkin knocks it down with his stick, and that stays in their zone. STQ will bring that along the boards. Ovechkin will knock it back to the neutral zone, where Bob will grab that. He'll send that back into Vancouver's zone, where we once again try to clear it. And we do successfully clear this time. Jake knocking that back down to neutral. Ovechkin will launch that towards Douglas. Charles was there to try and take a shot and fans on it. Bob Quavius. He's going to try and clear that out. Knocks into Ovi, but finally does get a chance to clear it. Back down in the Vancouver zone, Riker alone. Tries to get a pass off to STQ and Bazuki, but it just goes behind them. Alright, we finally get a clear back down to the ice hole zone. Jake and Bob Quavius battling. Jake staying on top here. He's going to try and wrap around the net here. Just lands in front of Douglas, who stays on top of it. Good goaltending by Douglas there. Ovechkin will keep that in the zone and launch it into the corner for Charles to hopefully catch up to. Charles will launch that over the net for one of his teammates, but Riker is there. STQ will come and help him out, send that up to the neutral zone, and that'll do it for the game. All right. What a great game that was. So now we have Jake coming in for a post-game interview. It's oops, scrap that one. Let's see where he's at here. right, let's get on call with Jake here. Hey Jake, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. All right. That was a heck of a game, real nail biter there.
100%, 100%, 100%. I was stressing out myself. I'm not gonna lie. I had to pull myself off the first game there. Had to get Quapple in there with Ovi, and it ended up working out. So that was great. And then it's just been a great 2 games. We came back, especially from our last 2 games against Project Bibba. It was like we had a lot to reflect on and what to do, and I think we came back and responded well against the Ice Holes. And we're just planning to keep on going. Don't stop. And this is our potential. This is how good our team is. We have the potential to be a really good team, and we're going to continue to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I see you definitely had a goal in the second game. Now you did have a goal in the first game. Did you have multiple goals in the first game?
No, it's just one goal. Yeah, just one goal off the pass of I forgot who sent it to me. I was just locked in there waiting for the pass. I got it right off the rip, and then second I got a goal there again off a pass. So yeah, honestly, it's when you're in it, it's hard to know who's passing to you. You're just kind of waiting for the puck. When you see it coming your way, you're just trying to time it properly. So that was me the whole game, and trying to manage the guys. It was just all pure communication, and then we also picked up a new dude named Matt, and it was his first IAPL game, and we put him in third period to test him out, and he did pretty well. So congrats to him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't realize he had hopped in until I think about halfway through the third period. He definitely did well.
Yeah.
Um, so what's looking forward? Are you feeling good about this team that you put together?
100%. I mean, this team's full of talent. You got Billy, one of the best goalies out there in the league, and you have Quapple, Ovechkin, and you have Krum, our newest addition, and those guys are just beyond talent. Like I'm nowhere close to skill level as them, but when you look at those guys, man, those guys were so pro, and they hold the team together that we call the Sharks. So I mean, you also got Charles, he's amazing as well. So I mean, you know what? Like we're just trying to position ourselves well for the playoffs. And then come playoffs time, we're just ready to lock in and don't look back. But I definitely think this team has the potential to win it all for sure, 100%.
All right, sounds good. That's what I like to hear. Seems like as we keep chugging along here, we saw Tampa get things together after their 4 game loss streak, and they beat Team Trout Storm, who at that point
Yeah,
was undefeated. We saw Bibba really get things together. Um,
yeah,
uh,
for sure,
Even their losses tonight, they looked really good. Um,
100%,
and I mean,
100%.
even these games with ice holes, even though they lost, they looked a heck of a lot better than they did at the beginning of the season. So I'm really excited, with the league, seeing all these teams doing so well. Um,
100%. This league is, I'm actually very happy of this league, especially of being one of the founders of this league. I think this league has grown to be something a lot bigger than we actually expected it to be. And, it's only growing and getting bigger. And, it's good to see, people who actually like playing the game join this league and not only get to play games, but actually get to improve on their skills as they're getting to play in a competitive, non-judgmental free zone, right? So, I mean, that's what the IAPL is all about, right? Like we're competitive league, but also at the same time, if you want to try out a league and you don't know where to start, IAPL is the way to start, because there's a lot of people that not might not be like, high skill level, but we welcome those people and we're always there to help and we give them like a space to get to be competitive in that type of skill level, right? So
yeah, absolutely. And to all the people out there that, if you're not watching live, you may be watching in the future. If you play puck and you want to get started playing competitively, I'm going to put in the description the Discord link to the league. Um, this is we're in, what is this, week 9. We're going to be wrapping up the regular season. Week 11 is our
yeah,
last week, And next season we're going to be expanding. I just checked again. This season we had 5 teams. We have 8 teams registered for expansion next. So it's if we get enough people in the league, we could go up to 13 teams. It's not likely, but we could if we get enough people. Um, so yeah, if you're watching this at a later date and you want to join the league, check us out. I'll put the link in the description there.
100%, man. Join the league. This is the best league for sure. 100%.
All right. Well, we got Jamiroquai Lover from Team Trout Storm hopping in here soon. Do you got anything else you want to say, Jake?
Nope. Thank you for the time, and see you around.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Easy.
All right. Let me grab Jamiroquai Lover here. All right. Let me call him quick. We'll see if he's ready. I think he has Do Not Disturb. Oh, there he is. Hey, Jamiroquai Lover. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. That was some real nail biters of games you had today.
Oh my God. It was it was fun. Credit goes to both teams. I think it really goes to show the defenses that they both had. Obviously, we had RD that we could rely on, and then Sharky and Fuzz in the back where there was not really a moment where I was scared as soon as I saw the puck go back there because they're just so reliable. But then you also have Teal putting up 2 amazing games.
Yeah, Teal's unreal. I know even watching him play last game, he really stood on his head for them, and he had a great game tonight. And then even back when I was coaching the team, I knew right when I grabbed Fuzzy and watched the first game with him, I knew he was a defenseman that we could really rely on. So him and Sharky together have been great defensemen all year long.
Oh yeah.
I do want to say I could really see the chemistry between you and Super Xander too. You guys really seem to be clicking there.
I think we really got used to each other after last week, and I think that as a team we were really able to tackle what happened last week. Because obviously, losing 3-1 is not fun, but then to go back and lose 5-3 with 2 of the winning goals coming in those last 2 minutes, it's just you want to pick back up. And I think that as a team, we really were strong enough to get through that unscathed. So I really think that as a team, we are so linked together.
Yeah, it's great, and I think what I want to tell to a lot of the other teams, because I've heard from some of the other teams, is that the guys don't really play together outside of the league. You should do that. Get to know your teammates and play outside of the league, and not just on puck. Play other games too. Get to know each other. It really helps with the chemistry, and if you do play in puck together, even if it's not in a league setting, you'll kind of get to pick up on things. Like when I play with Xander, I kind of know when he's gonna pass and when he's gonna shoot, and I know where to stand to receive a pass from him and stuff like that. So it's really important that if you're on a team together, you play together.
Oh yeah, and the communication too was really what I think set it apart for us, because we always knew where everyone was without even having to look at the minimap.
Yeah, absolutely. Which that's another big thing about puck. You should always be keeping an eye on the minimap too. But once you get to know your teammates, you almost don't have to. It's always advisable too, but to an extent, you don't have to when you know your teammates.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Trying to think of what else we could talk about here. Do you have anything on your mind?
Well, I want to give a big shout out to just the defense again, because I feel like even though, it was 2-1-0 wins with one of them coming in the third overtime, they really held it down. I honestly, with that 3 overtime, I can't remember a shot on goal that Bibba had.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the footage again, but yeah, I mean, I remember just Billy over and over, saying, "Oh, blocked by Fuzz, blocked by Sharky." I mean, it's. I mean, I know it's a joke in the league, but making a and I do want to start next season tracking blocked shots, but I mean, I have a feeling it would just that award would go to Sharky.
Oh yeah,
He's just a
I mean,
monster.
and that's his priority. I mean, he tries to really stop them when they're in that final moment with those final touches on the puck. Like he really makes sure that he anchors behind, so that any puck that's played too hard goes straight to him, recycled into our attack. But even if they get through, they still have him to face and an RD behind to face. And RD was so solid. I mean, 2 shutouts. Like, it doesn't matter how many shots he faced. That is impressive.
Yep. Yep. After a rough game last week, it's good to see him come back this week and get 2 more shutouts.
Oh yeah.
That's how he started his season, so it's good to see him get back to that.
I mean, last week's game for him was just really unlucky. I mean, it was the own goal for me, and then you had the puck on the net. So I really do think that having him start and having him really be that anchor that we can rely on was the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I think that's all I had. Do you got anything else for me?
Nothing about the gorgeous assist.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that was incredible too. I'll see if I can find a replay for it here. Oh, I can't without ending the stream and going back into it.
Hold
But
up.
oh, you think you have it clipped?
I didn't clip it, but I have it pulled up on the stream if you want me to like talk about it from my perspective.
Yeah. Go for it.
Let me go back to it real quick.
I wonder if I can. And I'm pretty new to streaming. Anybody watching, but let me see if I can add a source into OBS here, and I can. If you can stream it on Discord, and I can.
Yeah, I'm calling from my phone actually, so I might not be able to stream it from Discord. That's
Can you just link it to me and I can pull it up on Metal?
Wait, I'm pulling it up from the stream. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if you have like a separate Google tab, you can open
I do actually have that open. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'll send you the stream link then.
Yeah,
It's if you go right now, it's about an hour back.
Hour back. Okay. So is the goal in the second game then?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. All right, let me add. And while I'm looking for this, how was communication with Sanderson? Like, I know he's the new guy on the team.
It went flawlessly. There, compared to last week's game, obviously I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to be that guy, but there were some characters and personalities that clashed a lot, and I think with this game, I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but Sanderson and I were switching out every period. There was no issue with that. We were kind of switching on communicating between each other as well, kind of letting each other know, okay, watch out for this, watch out for that. Like working with him, obviously I wish I got to share the ice with him, but just being able to work with him, being able to kind of see what he does and how he plays, I mean, it's great. I think he's just such an amazing fit, and I mean, he's basically the missing puzzle piece that we were waiting on.
Yeah, just speaking on Sanderson, he's a great guy. I love Sanderson. He's one of the lucky puck players to get a Troutman signature stick. So keep an eye out for that if you follow him on Metal, or if you see any of his clips floating around. If you see the Ottawa Senators stick with Sanderson's signature on it, I made that. So he's one of my favorite puck players. He's just a great personality.
Oh yeah, I'll be waiting for my flyer stick then.
Send me some ideas. I'll make you one.
All right.
All right. right, I got the clip
So
pulled up here. Let's see
okay,
what we got here.
I'll let you look at it first, and I'll let you know my thoughts.
Oh yeah. Let's restart that here. Oops, I think I went way too far back. Yeah, I sure did.
That's going to be around,
There we
basically,
are.
not even half a minute into the third overtime.
Yeah, I forgot that it replays. Um, there we are. Yeah, what a pass that was, the little chip.
Oh yeah.
Just to get that up over the stick of Pergy. Beautiful. Yeah, well done. And what a finish by Xander, too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think this goes to show volumes about how connected we are as a team because it's the exact play that we were looking for. Because if you look, it all starts off with Sharky getting a puck that Bibba played too far. He sends it up. I know exactly where to go. And we are able to capitalize on 17. I think that's Pingy, right?
Penguin? Yes.
Penguin, yeah. So we're able to capitalize off his mistake. And then I have 37 on me. And then 54. Yeah, that's 54, right? I should probably turn off. What? Oh, I have it on the highest resolution. Damn. Oh well. So you see, Potato Wizard kind of going back, and in that moment, I mean, I knew Sharky. I knew Xander was going to finish that because it just goes back to that connection, and I mean, you can already see Sanderson kind of positioning himself back because he was actually able to come in for Fuzz because Fuzz had to leave for a quick second.
Mm-hmm.
So you have him kind of hanging back. You have Sharky coming up in case it's needed. Like there's just such a connection within the team. And I mean, if you look at those 3 overtime periods, I mean, that is 10 and a half minutes of us just straight up pressing them.
Yeah.
Like they had their moments where they got out, but in reality, the game is we have Sharky hanging back and Fuzz kind of there with him. When we're attacking, it's one of them that goes up with either me and Xander or Sanderson and Xander. And you just have that pressure. They can't get the puck out. If they try to clear it, it's already recovered. Like it goes to show just how good of a team this is really becoming. And I really do think that if I had taken some of the chances I had a bit more, if we all got the chances we wanted right, I think we could have definitely won this by a bigger margin, but a little excitement doesn't hurt.
Yeah, well, hindsight, right?
Oh yeah. But no, I'm so incredibly proud of this team. It's just damn.
Yeah.
The way the
Yeah,
puck
no.
moves too. Because we're all pretty much pass first. Unless we have a shot where we're like, yeah, one of us is hitting that, we're passing it. I think that's what really sets us apart from a lot of teams.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're trying to promote with this league is more of working together as a team. The whole chemistry part of things. That's what a lot of the higher end leagues. That's what sets them apart. Or the higher skill leagues, what their teams do that make them so good
Yeah.
is they have the chemistry. I mean, it's the skill too, but the chemistry comes first.
Yeah, but we also I think it's a cycling between positions that really helps because there's never really, at least to me, there was never really an open gap for them as a team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they never really had an easy one-on-one breakaway because there was always pressure, and I think that's what really just sealed the deal was that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to play against, and I was looking at the ice holes in Sharks game, and one thing I noticed there as well, which the Sharks did very well, is pressure. Just constantly shooting and shooting and just keeping those chances flowing, and I mean that's how you win.
Yep. Yeah. Cycling is another very important part that we want to make sure we're focusing on in this league is if you see a defenseman go up, one of your forwards needs to drop back to cover. That's something that I noticed that I think most of the teams have gotten better at, especially in the beginning of the season. I saw almost nobody doing, and that's why Trout Storm got off to such a hot start, is because we, meaning when I was running the team, we had been doing since day one, is we were very good at cycling, and it doesn't hurt that Sharky is good on both ends of the ice. He focuses on defense, but he can handle and he can shoot too. Um, and at first, Fuzzy was the one that focused on the defensive side of things, and they kind of swapped a little bit. But yeah, that was the one thing that we focused on the most, was cycling.
Yeah, but I also think it's very much building your team up as it goes and learning from the mistakes you made. And I think that's what really happened after last week was, apart from Chief Keef kind of crashing out and leaving, we really were able to figure out, okay, where did everything go wrong? What can we improve on? And I mean, that's something I will give myself some credit for, is I think I cycled back into defense a lot more this game and really was able to keep it balanced instead of just kind of staying forward and waiting constantly. So I think that just learning from your mistakes as a team instead of, blaming each other or, picking on one person who, made the mistake. I think that's just the big thing.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we brought up early in this league, is it's, even if somebody does make a mistake, it doesn't help them to bring them down or to focus on that mistake. It's good to bring that up and to teach them um, how to how to do better and how to not make that mistake again. But if you just tell them they suck and keep harking on that doesn't help them at all. That's
No,
one thing I
just,
see all the time in
yeah.
public lobbies.
Oh my
It's
God.
nobody gets better when you just make fun of somebody.
Exactly. And I mean, what I love about the IPL is it's very much a different skill level compared to other leagues because it's so vast that it really becomes more tactical and more, about the teamwork rather than individual brilliance.
Yeah, I mean, we try to stay away from the more ego players. Now we do allow high skill players to come in, and that's something that we're looking at in next season. I don't know if we get a bunch more people sign up, and we expand the league as big as we can, we might go to a two-tiered system, a upper division, a lower division. We're not sure. We might just keep it all one division. We're not sure yet. It depends um, how many people we have, how many teams we have. But we'll see how it all works out. I kind of like mixing the high skill guys in with the low skill guys to help teach them.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
No, I mean, I agree with that. I think that just having, because you learn to play the game from people that respectfully beat your ass. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's how I learned. Is
that's how I always learned as a
yeah,
goalie. Yeah.
I boldly hopped into the public servers, got my ass handed to me, and then slowly from there started getting better and getting better. And I mean, positivity and constructive criticism is a big part, but also being able to take that criticism, building off from it.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's an unfortunate thing that I do see a lot, is where if someone tells you, okay, maybe next time you could try to do this, and taking it as an insult is not ideal.
Right. Absolutely.
But no, I do think that as a league, every team's got an identity at this point. Every team has something that sets them apart. And I think that for Trout Storm, it's really proving to be just the teamwork, the unity, and the ability to take what went wrong and fix it and remove that mistake completely next week.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. All right. Well, that'll do it for this week, guys. Jamiroquai, you got anything else you want to say?
Those gift cards are going to be yours.
uh, yeah, the gift cards. Starting to think that might have been a mistake. But we stand by our word, and yeah, the champions at the end of the season will be getting the coveted $20 Steam gift cards, courtesy of the league.
Oh yeah.
So if you're still listening and you're on a team, start putting in the work.
Or don't. Please don't.
Or don't, because Jamiroquai Lover would love that $20.
Oh yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know what I can really do with $20 on Steam right now, to be honest.
Hey man, there's lots of good
Okay.
fishing games out there you could buy.
Supermarket Simulator.
There you go. I think Sharky would play that with you.
Oh, 2K26 is $31 right now.
Oh, there you go.
Unfortunate that it's just 2K, but still something.
All
Ooh.
right, man.
Yep.
Let's cut the idle chatter and I'll update the stats and I got some chores to do.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
it looks like Kaprizov is home and ready to hop on.
Okay. Well, tell him I said hi and that, you know, next time I just keep passing it to him because he never finishes my assists.
All right, we'll do. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. See ya.
Later. All right. Looks like we'll get one more call in. Um, and then after that, we'll be done for the night. What's going on, Kaprizov? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing, Trout?
I'm doing well. All righty. Let me pull up the scores from Project Bibba's game. It's a shame you couldn't be there.
Yeah, I'm really sad. Got stuck with a family event. Couldn't make it,
Ah,
unfortunately.
well, family does come first.
Yep, yep.
All right. Were you able to watch the games at all? I saw you in the chat a little bit.
Yeah, I was able to catch a little bit of the second game, and I was able to see both games ended 1-0, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Yep. Both 1-0. Teal was putting in the work, staying on his head as always.
Very, very much appreciate having him around. He's been a huge pickup for us this season.
Yeah, Serbain was getting a lot of good chances in. Serbain, who I think Billy is confused and kept calling Sabrine.
Yeah.
I think he thinks that Sabrine's a girl.
Yeah, I was hearing that. I was afraid to mention, but I was like, oh, I'll tell him later.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell him in the middle of the stream, but yeah, well, if he's listening, now he knows. Um, if not, I'll DM him. But yeah, no, they were fun games. Let's see. Yeah, I mean the battle of between Teal and RD Gamer, that was something to watch. They both made really good saves. The um, goals that were scored, I mean, I really don't think there was much that Teal could do about. So I'm really proud of
They
him
were
there.
beautiful plays from what I've seen.
Yeah. I don't know if you were just listening, but Jamiroquai said that he's going to keep passing to you because you never finish the passes he sends to you. Um, but yeah, were you listening?
I was
Just
able to listen a little bit.
yeah, just now me and or Jamiroquai and I were talking about the league and what
Mm.
we're trying to do here, um, and just talking about developing not only individual skill but teach guys the importance of team chemistry and um, working on communication and stuff like that. Do you have any insight?
Yeah, I'd like to say that obviously puck is a very huge team game. Hard to take down a team all by yourself, so you need to work with your teams. A big thing that I notice a lot of new people not tend to do is look at their map a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Try to use that to see where your teammates are, see where you can find a better pass, and take some lanes. For example, in some of our games, I was known Serbain was taking a lot of wide shots that weren't hitting the net, which are no shame to him, very hard shots to hit. But in those cases, over and over, we need to try to cycle it around, find a new open lane, and try to hit from somewhere else.
Yeah, there's especially if you have the time to do it. There's never anything wrong with holding back your shot and waiting for a pass.
Exactly.
Let's see. I'm looking for. Oh, I did not have metal open. I was looking through the other game, looking for clips, but for Jake, but I guess I didn't have it recorded.
Uh,
That's okay. I mean, it was just the 2 goals there. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of good plays that I feel, and I said during the stream, I felt could have used an extra pass here or there. Um, for both sides, where they were taking shots at weird angles. So that would be a perfect example of, maybe be a little bit more patient, wait for a guy to get to a better position and make a pass, instead of, and this goes with watching your map too, instead of just sending it to the slot when nobody's there. Hold it and wait for them to get there, or take it behind the net and give your players time to get to position.
yep. Well said.
Um, Now there is obviously some individual skill involved with that, being able to hold on to the puck and handle it behind the net. But that's all stuff you could work on. Go into a practice server and work on taking it around other players, or just around other pucks and stuff like that. So that's all stuff you can do just in your free time, and you don't need to be with your team to do.
Yeah, best way to improve is just keep on playing.
Yep.
Keep on pressing.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Cap Kaprizov, he's an admin over in Ponce's Puck. They have a practice server, great place to go and learn. So hit up Ponce's Puck. Other than IAPL, of course, Ponce's Puck are my favorite servers to play on. So go check those out. Make sure you donate as well. You become a cool
Yes.
donor like I am.
Get a cool name tag with some special perks.
All right. You got anything else you want to say, Cap?
I don't think so. Just have been watching, keep practicing, working to get better, and move yourself up in the rankings of puck.
All right, maybe you too will get snubbed for PPHL Premier League draft, huh?
Eventually, that's my hope.
All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody has a good night. This is Trout and Kaprizov signing off for the night. We'll see